Live from the Valley, it's your host, former Miss USA, Nia Sanchez.
Hey, baby. Okay. Welcome to the Hold My Crown podcast, where we dive into life, pageants, reality TV, parenting, and so much more. Join us for special guests from your favorite reality shows and some of my very good friends, other beauty queens. This is Hold My Crown.
Hold my crown.
Hello. Welcome back to the Hold My Crown podcast. We are coming to you live from our bedroom.
Yeah.
We have a podcast set up at home today. Life has been absolutely wild. We want to catch you up with everything. I also want to just share some kind of really overall good life advice in this episode because I always want a good takeaway. So as you kind of laugh with us and hang with us today, with all the craziness that our life is, we'll be hopefully giving you some good nuggets of wisdom as well. But I have my handy dandy, handsome husband here. Hello, sir. How are you today?
What's up? We're doing good. We're in the bedroom.
Oh,
where
boy.
the magic happens.
Oh, boy.
Where all the baby making happens.
Oh, boy.
17 kids.
Speaking of all of our children, we have so many. How have the kids been?
Oh my goodness.
Fill everybody
Lord
in
have
on
mercy.
what the last week of life has been like.
Week and a half. You got sick.
So sick. I don't know if you
So
know
sick.
this, but when you're pregnant, your immune system is down. Your body is focused on taking care of the baby, and it doesn't have as strong of an immune system for most women.
Yes. So you got really sick, and we have 3 kids. So I said, I will hold down the fort. I will take care of you. Go to the bedroom, quarantine, lock the door.
It was like COVID times. Like I was quarantined.
Yeah. This happened for like 3 days, and we had no help.
No help because we didn't want anybody to get sick in case. And
I guess, thank God, I didn't have any work on those days. Actually, I had like that whole week off.
yeah, you did. That was great timing. I think the time, if God is going to work all things together for your good, if somehow he knew I was going to get sick, the timing was good because it was the only days of like the entire month where we didn't have a crazy schedule.
Yeah.
And I am very anti-medication unless medically necessary while pregnant. So like I don't take Tylenol for back pain or headaches or whatever. Like I'll do magnesium and a hot bath. So I had a fever and it wasn't that high. Obviously, if it was high, I would take something to take it down. But I had a fever for 3 days and I was so lethargic in bed, literally like sleeping all day for 3 days while you were taking care of the kids all by yourself.
Yeah. I mean, actually, this is when it happened. We were going to do a fun thing for the Valley.
We were.
And you had got up at like 5:30, got all glammed out.
Yes.
You had hair and makeup here, and you sounded like death.
And
you couldn't stop
terrible.
coughing. And she was like, I'm going to go. I'm going to go.
I got full hair and makeup
I was
done.
like, you're not going to go. You're not going to go. You're not going to go. No one is going to want to be in a car with you, a closed space.
A confined space.
Tight space, and you're just hacking up lungs.
The thing is, when I went to bed the night before, I didn't know that I should cancel because it came on so quick. I woke up and I wonder if anybody out there has had any of these symptoms because my girlfriend texted me. She had the exact same symptoms that I did, like to the T. But the day before, I woke up with like a little tickle and I was like, that's weird. But I took an immunity shot. I drank some hot tea. And usually if I feel a little something, I can hit it really hard in the beginning with healthy stuff and be fine. I had started getting a little cough kind of in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
All night long, I was coughing and miserable and like
brutal
body aches and headaches. And then I woke up, I was like, I'll survive. I just don't want to cancel last minute. I feel like it's unprofessional. If I can help it, I'll be there. So I got a full hair and makeup glam, a 2-hour glam squad in the house at like 7 a.m. I think they got there at 6:30.
Yeah.
And they were out the door by 8:30.
Yeah, you were up at 5:30.
Or 9.
They were here at 6:30.
Yeah.
And I just said, look, if I get it, what you're trying to do, a lot of times you have to just show up sick and go through it. But when you're in a tight minivan,
Yes.
and this is where it's all taking place, and it's not outside or on like a big stage,
Yeah.
then, I said, send the text because this isn't going to happen. And they
Yeah.
were totally fine.
It's totally understandable. And I want to talk about this Bravo situation after the break that you did. You
Uh-huh.
can kind of talk a little bit about that. But funny enough, and not really funny, Kristen from the show, if you guys watch The Valley,
Kristen Doty.
Chris and Dodie were both pregnant, and she also was a little under the weather.
Yeah.
We both on separate days had to miss this Bravo like media thing, and it was
Yeah.
such a bummer. So, but I was texting her and she said, yeah, they were kind about it and they let me miss it. So I felt
Yeah.
like, okay, at least hopefully I won't get on anybody's bad side. But anywho, I was sick in bed 3
3
days
days.
of like
Here's a
not
little
leaving the room.
here's a little bucko button. I did need help putting the babies down,
This is a bucko button.
and this has happened before, and I said, I'm protecting these kids with my life. If they get sick, it's over. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, and me. And put on a dang mask. Well, guess what? She doesn't put on no mask. She just comes out coughing, breathing.
No, absolutely not. I did not cough once in their presence,
Yes, you
period.
did.
No, I would leave the room and go to our room and close the door.
You would
But
try to.
I was still severely ill.
So
But I
after
washed my hands and then sanitized my hands and put on fresh clothes that were like sterile and clean before leaving the bedroom. So I was doing everything I could except for a mask.
it didn't happen enough because 3 days later, Asher got sick.
So he
And it
joined me in the
was
quarantine.
very, very bad. He had your cough.
Yeah.
Like sounded like an old man hacking up his lungs.
And he had a
And you
1-day fever.
hate to see your kids sick like that.
Yeah, it was sad.
He was so bad. So now I'm saying, you two, bedroom, put on Bluey or Miss Rachel. I got the girls. I'm protecting them with my life. Then Isabel gets sick.
She had it bad.
Horrible fever.
Yeah.
Could
for
not
like
keep it
3
open her
days.
eyes.
Yeah.
So bad. I'm still dodging germs and viruses like a ninja and keeping Zariah safe. I said, if this even spreads to Zariah.
Because she was living her best life,
She
like
was.
so happy, bouncing around. Poor Isabel was so lethargic. Because also, like I don't like to typically say what twin, but we already said their names multiple times. But Isabel doesn't take medication in any form ever since about 6 months old. She's been very aware, like you can mix it in her milk or put it in
She's a
like
smart girl.
applesauce or put it in her yogurt. And she refused milk for 3 days because we are mixing it into her milk
Yeah.
to help try to get her fever down. And she just didn't drink her milk. She will not take medicine no matter what it is. So I feel like her fever lasted so long. It was obviously, if it was scary high, like we would have done something, but it was in the low, like 100, like 100.5. So she was fine.
So I said, you got Asher and Isabel, quarantine back room. It's me and Zariah. We're having dance parties.
Yep.
I'm also absolutely exhausted. If I still look tired right now, it's because I did this for 8 days with all the kids and taking care of you, getting you soup, getting you emergency, getting you all the things that you needed. And then Zariah got hit 2 days ago.
She did, poor baby girl, but she will take medicine. So she's recovering so much quicker. I will say, Daniel already kind of mentioned it, but he was wonderful at taking care of us. So any gentlemen out there or ladies, you can send this to your man. And I think we actually both do really good at this. We take good care of each other when the other one is down and out for whatever reason. But Daniel every morning would check in, see what I needed, would bring me all the forms of hydration. He would bring me tea. He would bring me an emergency, 8 greens, immunity shot, water, tea, lozenges.
By the bed.
And then like all I could really eat because I didn't have an appetite was like toast that would help kind of like my throat a little bit. And then he would also give me like soup whenever I was ready for that. So he was very good at taking care of me and all 3 kids separately and making sure all of our needs were fully like met. So I do really appreciate that. Thank you.
So
Thank you, sir.
April, but we can say husband of the year, dad of the year.
Yeah.
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 Perfect. Boom.
Perfect.
So that's what's been going on with the fam
That's
for the
our whole
last
last week. That's
literally.
why we missed a podcast episode. I'm so sorry. We literally were like, I was deathly in bed, but we are back. And this is the perfect time to say it. I should have started the episode with this. Have you seen The Valley? Y'all, season 2 is
Oh,
out.
dang.
It's been out for one day when you are listening to this,
That's
and you will be
right.
able to stream it live on Peacock today.
The Valley, season 2. The wait is over. Dropped last night. And billboards all over the city. It's
All
pretty
over the
cool.
city. It
Pretty
is
cool.
really cool. So we're going to take a little break. And when we come back from the break, we will share everything that we can with you, which is not a lot about this specific episode, but we can tell you about other things that have been going on in our Valley Bravo friend group world. And it's been a lot, and there's been a lot of fun. So we'll fill you in when we get back from this break. Welcome back from the break.
Welcome back.
I apologize. I just also realized I probably do sound a little sick.
Because you're still lingering sickness.
It's lingering, but it's not contagious anymore. My OB
It
said
better
I'm
not be.
fine. We're good. We're good to go. So yes, like we said before the break, The Valley season 2, episode 1 is out. There are so many exciting things that we are both doing upcoming that we can't talk about yet. But if you follow us
No,
on
we
social
can't.
media, Real Nia Sanchez, Daniel Bucco, you will be seeing it as it happens. We'll be posting and sharing on stories in our feed. But there are some things that we can talk about that have already happened. I kind of want to start with today. Like when we are recording this episode, I just walked in the door from something very exciting. I can only tell you a piece of it, but very exciting. So maybe I'll start and then we can pop over to yesterday. There's just been so much. So I just walked in the door literally minutes ago from being at an NBC Universal event. I don't know if I can say the exact purpose of the event, so I'm just going to say NBC Universal.
I think you can, but
Can
better to
I?
be safe. I don't know.
Okay. We
It's a luncheon.
It's a luncheon. It was lovely. It was beautiful. It was in Beverly Hills. And I knew that there would be a lot of people that work in NBC Universal executive wise, and then also on all the shows, because obviously, if you watch TV, you know what NBC Universal is. They have incredible shows, whether it's reality shows, scripted shows, and everything in between. It's huge. It's a huge
NBC
conglomerate.
and Peacock, because they own Peacock.
Right.
And Peacock has its own original shows as well.
Exactly. Yes.
Under the NBC umbrella.
Exactly. So, it was really great, and I haven't even had a chance to fill Daniel in
I
because we came
know.
straight here. But walking in the door, Kristen and I from our show were going to be there, so I knew I would see Kristen. Walking right in the door, I see Kristen and Ariana Madix, which I know who she is, and we've been in the same circles. Like if you watch The Valley, you know that the Vanderpump crew, like we're all in the same circle.
Right.
But we've never like had a conversation. So it was great to see her, to chat with her. She's doing well. We didn't get into like deep conversations, but we caught up a little bit. So that was fun. I just want to like listen fangirl a little bit. I don't act like a fangirl. I feel like I stand tall and, hold my own, but also I'm with all these like people that I actually literally watch their shows like yesterday or something. And it's not reality TV. It's like shows, like scripted shows.
Yes.
So I'm over here like, I've watched George Lopez since I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
And like grew up like knowing that like that was like the evening show that was going to be on the TV that like my dad would always press play on, and he loved the music of like Low Rider. Like the song, it's playing in your head.
Yes.
So I mean, there were so many people. I was Daniel hates it when I say this. I can't believe I'm saying this on the podcast, but I was a featured extra. When I first moved to LA, I thought maybe I want to be an actress. So I want to see it from behind the scenes. Let me just go and do some extra work and see if it's something I would be interested in. And I had a role on Pretty Little Liars as like a model. And I saw one of the castmates from that show that was there, and she was really sweet and really kind. I saw what's his name from the inside job, inside man, who was on Cheers.
Ted Danson.
Ted Danson, did not
Yep.
get to talk to him, and I could have talked to him because he was with Stephanie Beatriz the entire time because they're on a show
You
together.
didn't talk to
I
Stephanie?
talked to
We know
Stephanie,
Stephanie.
but they had, like, they were together the
Got you.
whole time, and then they separated, and I popped over and said hi to Stephanie.
Are they on the same show?
They're on the same show
Okay,
together.
got you.
Yes. But I watched that show that they're on together, and then because I liked it so much, I watched another show that he has on Netflix, and so I feel like
Oh my goodness.
he's been in my bedroom. It sounds
Wait
weird
a
to say.
second.
He's been on my phone and in my room all
He's
day,
been
every day.
in your bathtub
He's
even.
been in my bathtub.
That's
So
where you
weird to
watch all
say.
your shows.
But so I was bummed I didn't get to say hi to him. But on the way out, we were just leaving. I had said hi to all the people I was excited to say hi to that I have some type of connection with, like, oh, I was on your show, Pretty Little Liars, or my girls were on, like, there were so many connections. It was
Yeah.
great. But on the way out, I was like, I cannot leave without saying hi to George Lopez. Like, to me, it's just iconic. Being Mexican American, obviously, I'm only a quarter Mexican, but he is Mexican. Growing up in Southern California, he's from Southern California. I was just like, I have to say hi. And he was very nice. And I had said, he asked how we were associated with the
Yeah.
day, and told him that Kristen and I were on a show called The Valley. And he goes, oh, I'm from the Valley. And I was like, I'm connected to George Lopez in some way. And so he was like, I'll have to check out your show.
The guy who plays his daughter's boyfriend,
Uh-huh.
Matt Shively, is a good friend of mine.
See,
Was he there? Or
um,
was it just his daughter?
I think it was just his daughter.
Okay.
And there was so many points of connection because, like, I met Questlove. He was very sweet, the DJ.
Yeah.
And Daniel and I, Daniel's one of his best friends is Evan Ross. And so it was like, hey, because I checked out his Instagram to see who he's following, if we had any mutual friends.
Yeah.
And so I saw that he was following Evan, and I was like, do you know Evan? And then he was like, yes, he's my boy. And I was like, cool. Do you know Ruckus? And then he was like, I think I do. And then I was like, it's so funny, you guys. This is a full name drop episode. But
No
then
kidding.
I was like, Lenny Kravitz's cousin. And he's like, oh yeah, me and Zoe are always talking about, like, how we have, like, a degree of connection between Ruckus, da 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 da.
Oh my
And it was like,
gosh.
but it was just, you're there. You might as well say hi.
Hey,
And
you're
just,
doing
like,
it.
say hello, because we're all humans and we're all people. And, like, yes, there's the element of, like, a little bit of starstruckness, but also we're all people. And, like,
Yes, we are.
even with I'm blanking on her name, but the girl from Pretty Little Liars.
Troyan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has kids. So we're talking about, like, she has 2 daughters, and we're connecting because we both have kids. And so it was really
I'm
great.
really good friends with her brother, Michael Belisario.
See, we all
Get
have
it out.
a degree of connection. Anywho, so that was what I just walked in the door from. But last night, I think we'll talk about 2 more things, find some good piece of life advice, and we'll wrap up. But tell us a little bit about last night while I cough more. Hold on. This was me on the red carpet last night, literally talking to, like, Entertainment Tonight, E! News, like, the biggest outlets, like, everybody. And I'm over here like, excuse me, and just coughing up a storm. It's so annoying. It's a lingering cough.
Before last night, we also did the fun thing that you weren't able to show up because you were sick.
Yes.
So we had other people in the Peacock universe, other influencers. I know you hate that word, but
Absolutely hate
people
that word.
on Instagram with really large followings, basically do, like, fun games in the car, like car karaoke, but, like, fun games, answering questions, asking
Yes.
questions.
Carpool karaoke.
So we had Danielle Reyes from Traders,
Uh-huh.
which I just felt so bad because I don't watch that show,
We
because I don't
haven't seen
watch
it.
anything, because
We don't have
I
time.
have 17. Well, apparently you watch every Ted Danson show in the bathtub. But I felt so bad. She was asking us all these trader things and, like, what would happen if this? And I'm like, I have no,
I know. We're
Anyway,
not
you'll
good
come out.
Bravo, quote unquote, Bravo celebrities, because we don't watch any of the shows.
Yeah. They're like, other Bravo shows, who would you pick? I'm like, I don't know anybody on any. I was like, this is the worst person I have for me.
Yeah.
So I felt bad. We also had this guy Patty who has a big following. I forget what his Instagram is, but it was a lot of fun. We had it was me and Zach. It was supposed to be you, me, and Zach,
Yeah.
and it was in like this decked out minivan that said Valley for Life,
It
and
looks
the
so
whole
cool.
thing was like Valley themed. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looked like so much fun. I was bummed to meet it. Even Zach and I had like I bummed to miss it. Gotta talk properly. Um, we had lunch in West Hollywood the week before, and we were like, making a plan and saying how excited we were, and
Yeah.
then I was down for the count.
And then
Um,
last night
yeah,
we had the big premiere at
check out our Instagram for pictures and videos of
Boulevard
that.
Boulevard Steak
Yes.
in Sherman
It's a
Oaks.
hot spot in the valley.
Man, it is a
Mhm.
hot spot in the valley. So that was so much fun. A big old red carpet, all the media outlets, people, Us Weekly, The Insider. I mean, everybody was there.
I wanna give a little spoiler, a safe spoiler that we already discussed on the red carpet that is not to do with this show specifically,
Careful.
but one of those questions that we got asked so many times because anyone in the entertainment or media world knows that, like, reality TV is drama. That just is what it is. So one of the common questions was, have any relationships changed or adjusted or whatever? And I will say that it's the name of the game. Relationships change and adjust in reality TV. And it was definitely interesting to be there and like know that things have happened when we were filming and
Yeah.
you not on the same page that you used to be with some people, but you like
Yeah.
want to be, but you're not. And so it was definitely like interesting vibes. Like we had a great time,
Yeah.
but there was like moments where you're like, ugh, for me, I was like, I wish things were like,
Wish we were
all perfectly
perfectly fine
kumbaya.
and no
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
conflict or
Yeah.
tension anywhere.
But that wouldn't make for good reality TV. So y'all have to tune into season 2.
I
Well,
think
you
I think
already
it
maybe
I
have if
think
you're
it would.
listening.
I want everybody to be happy.
I honestly, can we have a show that shows like real life
Happy
drama, but
people.
healthy relationships and healthy communication? Because I
Exactly.
feel like people can also learn from that because nobody is perfect. But like, I'm always picking up tools from people around me that have healthy communication or like, even stuff on social media.
Yeah.
Like, we could have a show like that.
Yeah.
Would anybody tune
Anyway,
in?
we had a great time,
Yes.
and obviously the whole cast was there,
They
and
fed
some.
us well. We had some steak.
Yes, we did, and some chicken,
Yeah,
and a lot of those appetizers. I mean, that place, the food is just bonkers.
it was amazing.
Um, so yeah,
It
that was
was
just last
great.
night.
That was last night, and there's so much more coming up, so you guys really have to
I
stay
know.
tuned on social media because that's where we can share everything, like, quick, and then same for here, we'll let you guys know once we have things we can share. One little, like, bummer is that we won't be able to share, like, as much as we want to about the show.
Right.
We can, like, mention it in episodes and stuff, and of course, it's part of our life, so there'll be acknowledgement of it, but it's a very, like, just a media thing, like, you wanna keep the suspense, and you wanna keep people, like, tuning in, knowing what's coming next or, like, wanting to know what comes next.
Can't give any
So we
spoilers.
gotta be careful, we can't give spoilers, but we will fill you in on what we can
Yeah.
because we love you guys, and we want you to keep hanging with us. Let's wrap up with a good piece of life advice.
But if you haven't seen it, tune in.
Yeah.
Last night, Tuesdays on Bravo, and next day streaming on Peacock. So you can watch it today on Peacock. Go do it.
Boom. Any
Buckle
last
up.
wrapping up life advice things you have?
Go for it. You said you had something to.
No, I don't. I was hoping you would something would come to mind.
If you're sick, wear a mask so that you can protect others.
We also talked about how to be a good partner and support your partner when they're sick.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything else? Life advice?
Believe in yourself.
You know what? I really thought I would have a bigger piece of life advice or something, but I'm just going to say, like, as you go into this week, it's what today's Wednesday. When you're listening to this, if you're listening the day it's released, try to choose love. I know that's so simple and a little cheesy, but I want everybody listening to be intentional to try to make someone's day, even in a small way. It can be something as simple as a compliment, a genuine compliment to someone that you pass by in the grocery store or that you meet at like a work event, or it can be paying for someone's order behind you in line. Like it could be anything, but let's take this week to share a little love with everybody else around us. I feel like there's always room for more of that because you never know what someone is going through. You never know what's going on behind, a smile because they just have to get through the day. So let's be intentional to make someone's day better. If you're listening to this, that's the challenge for you. And as we wrap up,
Lead with love.
lead with love. As we wrap up this episode, I do want to say, and I don't have my everything pulled up on my phone right now. Next episode, we'll do some shout outs. I remember it was like early this year. I said, please leave a comment, leave a review. And people did. And I've been reading them and I love reading them. So we'll do a few shout outs next episode. Make sure
Amazing.
you tune in to check out if we're giving you a shout out. If you haven't done it yet, take a moment, leave a review, give us 5 stars. Of course, that's all we're asking for. Don't leave a star if it's not 5. Keeping it 100. I love you guys. And thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with us. We are here every single week, the Hold My Crown podcast, every Wednesday, sometimes Thursday. And we just love spending time with you.
Yeah.
So come on back and we'll see you next week. I have some incredible guests coming and I can't wait for you guys to just hang out with them as well. I feel like every episode is going to be so impactful. So we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.
We love y'all. Praying for y'all. Have a great week.